Hello. I don't know if this is working or not. Again, you will see. Look, so it does that to me all the time. I'm pretty sure I'm live though when that's happening. I don't know. Anyway, today is the 4th of July. So the big bill was passed yesterday. The thing about it is that a lot of this isn't going to go into effect right away. So they'll be able to blame it on the Democrats because people are not getting outside. It's just like with my work that I'm not working at anymore. They are so in their privileged bubbles that they cannot see outside themselves, and really blows me away that these people work for nonprofit and they're in their privileged bubbles. I'm like, you have been sucking off the government all your fucking life. They are waste, fraud, and abuse in my viewpoint. Not all of them, but a few of them are the waste, fraud, and abuse that has been spoken of, right? And it's like, seeing that and being in that and knowing that they were Trump voters was really hard. There were so many things about that place. South Coast Business, by the way, is what it's called, in Coos Bay, Oregon. They're in charge of the Oregon Project Independence Medicaid program, which is really fucking sad because the manager does not. She didn't even try to find out what was going on with that program. She left it all up to me, the brand new person. It's like, I mean, I created quite a lot of, like, they made sure I didn't take anything with me, any of my institutional knowledge, you know what I mean? Because I started to create a procedures manual and all of that. And so they made sure HR stood over me right when I left to make sure I didn't take any of that with me. It's like, A, I wouldn't do that because I care about the people I was working with, right? And I would care about the person that's coming in after me. It's not because I care about South Coast Business at all that I would not be the kind of person to take my stuff with me that I created. Rightly so, I guess it's theirs. I wonder if I signed a non-disclosure or something and I can get sued because I have no idea. I signed a page on my way out the door, but at the time when it all happened the way it happened, I was just seeing red. They were so disrespectful and just so it just blows me away that people so privileged don't see how fucking privileged they are. Because I know, like I said, I was privileged when I was working there. So anyway, but I don't know what I would be disclosing. The fact that I think that they're scamming the company. I mean, okay, it doesn't mean anything. It just means it's what I thought. Not, I mean, I still think that. So what? Temperance, what? Are you hungry? Is that what your problem is? No. You're still gonna come over there. Okay, is that what you want? Huh? Is that what you're texting me or no? We get past this. It makes me feel so much anger. And I just don't. You really need to get past this. Oh, I'm making tea. Back. I'm making myself some coffee. I think the thing today that was getting me was, which again, I need to move forward and get past this because it doesn't really fucking matter. But I was thinking, because I've had people tell me before that I'm not professional, that I don't act very professional, and I'm like, I mean, okay, I never proclaimed to be. I mean, look at our president. I just all of it, all of it. The big beautiful bill. It's like, and then I think about it's just, I got a phone call yesterday from someone that I worked with out in the field telling me they didn't call my consumer to cancel my appointment yesterday. I had an appointment the day before that. I'm sure they probably didn't call that person. I have someone waiting to get a lift chair. I'm probably, you know what I mean? It's just, and my son's like, it's not your problem. And he's right, it's not. But it makes me really fucking sad that they just were so. I mean, I know I pushed it toward the end. I was pushing it, and I know I was, because I didn't, like, I knew what was happening, right? Like them telling me I'm not professional when we had a meeting like I didn't belong there. It didn't matter, right? I didn't belong there. Like, I knew that from the day, pretty much the day I went in. I knew I didn't belong there. I don't do well with, because of the fact that I've traveled so much, and I'm not saying one way is right or one way is wrong, but I did live in Montana for 25 years. But before that, I did a lot of travel. Well, and even then, I left Montana because I have a hard, even this job, like being in this job, and I was getting up every morning, and I was going to the gym, and I was listening to my affirmations, which was good for me. And then I was going to work, but getting into that like groove of doing that all the same, I just was like, I have a hard time with that, right? And then when I'm around people who are so satisfied being in that rut, it's, and I remember one time, and they might not see it as that, and that's fine. I mean, however you want to live your life is fine with me. It's just something that's not good for me. But being around people like that have gotten so comfortable that they really have lost. And that's what happens when people work. I found that when I worked for the DOC too. People that work in those industries for a long time, long periods of time, they tend to lose their humanity. Because, and I could see it happening to me. I had no choice. They gave me 63 cases. It's like I told my boss, okay, I'll just treat them like cattle. What do you want from me? And her response to that was, how can you, I've said this, how can we streamline your process? I already, see, I'm beating a dead horse. It's ridiculous. Also, though, I am going to say, we were in a meeting, getting back to them saying I'm not professional. We're having a meeting. Her daughter calls her on the phone. We can hear her daughter screaming, fuck you, fuck that, la la, because something happened with her dog. So then the whole meeting turns into this Facebook thing about her daughter and her daughter's dog. And how someone posted on Facebook that her daughter's dog killed this cat. And we're trying to have a meeting, right, about work. And it's like, oh, why don't you want to meet with me? That's why. Because the times I did meet with them, it always turned into talking about her family or her kids or her problems. You know what I mean? It's like, not her problems, but it just never was. None of the meetings that we had direction. You know what I mean? There was none. It didn't matter. I don't belong there. So for me to sit here and dog it is like, whatever. I didn't belong there. And it's unfortunate because I liked helping the people, but I didn't belong there. So now, I don't know, now moving forward, I actually don't belong in Coos Bay, which really sucks, because here I am. But I just do not fit in this fucking town. I don't fit in this world. It really sucks. You know, and they say it's frustrating because my sister, I went and saw my mom and my sister just before I got fired, right? I went and saw them last weekend. And my sister still thinks that I just have this great life and everything's wonderful and I've been spoiled all my life and everything's been so easy for me, right? That she's always felt that way. Always. That's why she beat me up when I was a kid. You know, she's always felt like I've had it so easy. And it's like, I'm pretty sure it's because Grandpa picked me to fucking molest. You know? She doesn't remember any of this. So I'm like, well, you know, you see a different reality than me. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell her, but my sister wrote me a check, or my mom wrote me a check, and she's like, don't let your sister know. And I'm like, okay, so I deposited it, fucking bounced. You know why? Because my sister, I know she knew. I wouldn't be surprised if she got my fucking purse. When I was in the hotel, I went to go get ice, and I left my backpack in the room. And I knew I shouldn't have done that because I'm sure she got in it and found the check because that's who she is. She and Tammy are one and the same. They're both really vindictive and manipulative, right? So not only did I just get fired, but I had deposited this check that my mother gave me, and I gave my son some of that money because he's a part of my family, and my sister fucking stole it, which she's done all my life. Just like now, Tammy's going to steal all my glory from all the work that I did at that job. Now Tammy's going to step in, pick all my work apart, right? Be like, look at how she messed this. Because yes, I had 63 cases and everything right? When they fired me, everything is in the process of being put together. Like, I had gotten so many cases at once, I was one at a time going through and putting them in order and putting them away, right? And now she's got this pile now of cases that I was working through. And I'm sure she just thought, and so what she's going to do is it's going to be overwhelming for her and she's going to blame it on me and they're going to let her do that. And just like my sister fucking just stole that money from me and there's nothing I can do. Not a fucking thing, right? Except for get over it. That's what I can do. I can have control of my reaction to these things. That's all I can do. So, I'm okay. I'm making coffee. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to move past it. I'm going to do some yard work. I don't know, it's weird. My son's, fiance, I guess she is. We went to the ocean yesterday. And I feel like she went because my son maybe said, maybe you should go for a ride. I don't know. I did not feel like she wanted to be with me at all. I did not feel like she wanted to be spending time with me at all. Like, she totally shut down a lot of the times. And I'm like, she wasn't talking at all. And I'm sitting there going, okay, am I talking too much? What's going, you know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. Maybe she just thought I just need to be with someone and just talk, and so she shouldn't say anything. I don't know. It felt weird and uncomfortable. And now I'm like... I think the hummingbirds are out of food too. Are they? Let me see. Oh. I just went and switched out my hummingbird feeders. Alright, so anyway, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I should make, well, because my birthday's coming up and I should make a video. I haven't made one in a long time. I don't even know if I remember how to do it. Let's see. Let me try. If I can open the program. There we go. Alright, let's see if I remember how to do this stuff. Wow, it's been a minute. So, file. Let's see. Recent projects. Do I have one? Oh, look at this. I do. I have something here. I wonder what it is. Let's see. Oh. This is my 50th birthday. Isn't that something? Okay, this is my 50th birthday. Not the day, but that's what I did for my 50th birthday. For my 60th, I wanted to go. I'm going to go out to the ocean again. I need to get another wetsuit. That's crazy that just happened to be the one I picked. Of course, it was the first one. So, I know. I actually though I dropped my gym membership because I can't even hear this. I don't think I have any music with it, do I? Let's see. Can I download this? Edit. Let's see. File. So import. Save project as. Okay, so this is 58th birthday. And I'm going to do a new folder because I'm going to create another video. New folder for 61 cycles around the planet. Okay. Open and save that. I will save this, Dad. In that spot. There we go. Okay, that's me. Running and playing. Oh, how fun. I can't really hear. And I see the desktop audio is not working. So I don't know if it's because there's no music or Beautiful Oblivion's right there. So let me see. I'm going to get out of here. I have to remember how to do this again because it's been a long time. I was so afraid when I was out there. I was by myself and I was so afraid. There was no one. And there was a guy, though, that was trying to help me and he was annoying me. He was telling me where I should, he was trying to give me advice, I know, but it was annoying me because I don't know. I don't people very well. I mean, I do. I was doing my job well, but I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's over. I'm going to go back to cleaning. You know, I'm good at it. I like to do it. There's people, but not so many. I mean, it's just, yeah. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna get my coffee. I'm gonna actually stop this. I wanna pull it up where I saved it. Na 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 na. I'm all feeling bad about myself right now. What did I just do? Did I just mess this up? I'm like, I am going over the job that I did now and criticizing my work. And it's like, it's done and it's over. You know what I mean? I feel like I was doing a good job. Toward the end, though, I mean, they were getting, I had 63. How much, what? See, I wasn't feeling good about it toward the end because I didn't have the time to do what I was supposed to be doing. And I wasn't feeling good about it, you know, and now they're going to pick it apart now that I'm not there, and they're not even going to take into consideration the fact that they gave me like 40 cases in 2 months by myself, and they gave me the phones, and the fucking front end quit emptying the garbage and shit as soon as she realized that I would do it. She stopped doing it. It's like, what, you know, you people are not better than me just because you've worked at that job for however long. That doesn't make you better than someone, and you shouldn't treat people like they are less than you because you have been privileged. Like that, I couldn't. That was the problem. That was the problem for me. And that's the problem I find a lot with a lot of people, like people in general. It's they don't realize their privilege and they treat other people like they're less than them because they don't understand that they're privileged. It's not because you fucking work harder or because you're fucking special. It's you're fucking privileged. Makes me mad. So the thing I have to figure out now is how to quit putting myself in these situations, right? Because Temperance, hi dog, what? Huh? What? I know you're there. Can you not sit there and be like, oh, you must pet me. You must pet me. I am the dog. I am Temperance. You must pet me. Me, Temperance. You see me, right? You do see me, Temperance. Temperance is right here. She is me. That is who she is. She is here. She is wagging her tail at you. Do you not see me? What do you think? You're talking to a computer. You're talking to a computer. When I am right here for you, and you talk to the computer like it is a real thing. When I am real in front of you, living, breathing dog, and you think that this thing that you plug into the wall will help you. When I am here telling you, hello, pet me. Hello, pet me. I am here. Please pet me. Do you not see me here? I am saying you must pet me. Please pet me. Oh, yes, you should pet me. You should pet me. Yes, you should. You already wake up for that, too. I'm totally beating myself up right now. Well, and then my phone rings yesterday, and I have deleted all of their numbers, and I thought I blocked them all, but whatever, the number that called was something that I had called out to. And I picked up the phone and said hello, and they said, I'm sorry, and hung up. And my son's like, oh, it was the wrong number. And I'm like, but I have called it before. And he's like, oh, you probably accidentally called it or something, and they were, I don't know. I'm like, okay, maybe. And it's like, oops, my camera. Oops, couldn't even see me. Okay. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now because it's stupid and pointless. And I really just need to get past it because it's so stupid and pointless. The thing that I'm trying to figure out though is, okay, they say that you keep repeating things until you learn the lesson you're supposed to learn. So what fucking lesson am I supposed to learn? Tell me what I'm supposed to learn. Show me. Write it down. Let me, I'm trying, because I mean, this keeps happening to me. And so I know it's me. I know it's me. If it keeps happening to me, if something keeps happening to you, it's you. And I know, like, my temper, and I know what I did, and I understand that I probably made it difficult to be around. I'm sure, especially towards the end, especially after going to see my sister, because I was way triggered from that. And then having Tammy be who Tammy is, she's exactly like her. I mean, they're just two peas in a pod. It's like vindictive, mean people. But the thing about it is like everywhere you work, there's someone like that. See, the thing with it here, though, was the weight of what I was doing on top of it. It's like, for them, it's just a job, right? And the people don't fucking matter. And for me, that's not the case, right? Like, I'm empathetic. And not that they aren't, but when you've been doing this so long, you grow a shield and you get jaded. And that's, I could see it happening. It started happening. Like, I saw it happening with me, right? I saw that happening, and that's not who I want to be. That's not who I want to be. I don't think that that is strength. I mean, it's great. It's great. They're doing good. They've got their lives. They've got their cars. They've got their houses. They seem to have no financial issues. They seem to be riding it great, and that's good. And that's fine for them. But I would rather not lose my humanity. Not that they've completely lost. See, it's just anything outside of themselves. I mean, within their bubble. Although that's not true. I mean, I saw some. But for the most part, it's like I really only saw it in like one person. To tell you the truth, I only really saw one person that I felt. I don't know how to put this because I'm not. See, that's the thing. I know that, like, I don't want to. I don't want to go forward with anger anymore, and that place was really making me angry. Well, first off, they voted for Trump. The fuck's wrong with you people? Right? Ugh. That in of itself, I don't want to be around people that support Trump. Period. Not to that level. I mean, they're going to be around, but this place was small. There was like 5 of us in this little building that I swear to God was built on top of a graveyard, because the energy is horrible. Horrible there. I all feel like I should be doing something when really don't have nothing to do. I have a job interview coming up, which I hope I get. I'm just gonna clean. I just want to clean. I don't want to deal with any of this. I don't want the weight of all this other, like the office politics, and because not only was I dealing with the women in my office, but I was dealing with women in another office that I never even saw, strictly through email. So I was being thrown under the bus all the time. I even told one of my coworkers before I left, I said, I'm constantly being thrown under the bus here. And she said, I know. So, I mean, yeah, I kind of did force them to fire me because I should have, I don't know. It's like, I was being put in danger because of the vindictiveness of my coworker. For her to get, for her, because I know her dislike for me was so strong that she is the kind of person that needs everyone to dislike me then. Everybody has to be against me. And she's manipulative. She did that, right? And it's like, I know that when that consumer went there and was angry at me, that Tammy was like, oh, yay, we can be mad at her together. And then she got her mad at me and then didn't tell me. And then I was in the office by myself. And if that woman had showed back up again and I didn't know what was happening, that could have been really bad. And Tammy put me in that position and they allowed that to happen. And then I got fired because it made me mad. And yeah, that triggered me. That triggered me bad. And the fact that she was allowed to do that and has been allowed to do that and nothing has been done or said. Like, yeah, I want to file unemployment today. Because I'm going to fight it and let them know why. Hello. That's where I'll put my energy. Because it's like, she put me in jeopardy of something right there. And nobody, like I said, I don't appreciate that she undermined me and then didn't even say anything to me about it. My boss was like, oh, she was just trying to help. If she was trying to help me, why didn't she give me a heads up and say, this woman came back, she was really, really mad. You know, if you're coming back this afternoon, you might want, because that was wrong, that I was put in jeopardy, and it made me angry. And it's funny because it did really make me angry. And now in hindsight, looking back on it, I know why I was so angry, because I was put in jeopardy. And I'm actually want to file some kind of a complaint, because it's like, when I said something to my supervisor about it, she blew me off. It's like, they need to realize that this is volatile right now. Times are volatile right now. And doing things like that I had somebody do it for me, PD. Put me into a situation where the woman was mad as hell and her husband and her talking about guns and shooting. Well, her home care worker said it. I said, I know you're angry right now. You probably want to yell at people. And her home care worker's like, well, she'd really rather shoot people. And I'm like, oh, nice, okay. You know what I mean? It's like being put in those situations because the people that you're working with don't like you or won't communicate with you is not okay. That's not okay. I had a right to be pissed. I wish I had been more of this mind when HR came to fire me. But I was pissed. It's okay though. I'm going to file for unemployment. And then I'm going to, if they deny it, because I got fired for whatever, I'm gonna plead my case and say why I acted the way I did. That I was put in danger by one of their employees, and when I went to management about it, she blew me off. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth my time. It's the thing. I don't even know that they care. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't know if it's worth it. It is sad though, because at least I can understand now why I reacted the way I did. Because I wasn't sure. I never am. I'm like, why am I reacting like this? And it's like, I didn't know what I was afraid of. I'm like, what is the fear that I'm feeling that is making me react this way? And now I know, now that I'm separated from the environment and the situation, that the fear was that she was putting me in jeopardy by going ahead and joining the anger of a consumer instead of trying to control that anger and not direct it toward me. She was really on board with directing that anger toward me, and they were fine with that. They were fine with that. They had no problem with that. They let that happen and didn't say a word to her. It was my fault. That was my fault because I looked at it wrong, because she was just trying to help. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. And they don't see that because they're. But it's okay. Hopefully, she won't get anybody killed. You know, we can only hope. I hope. I hope. She's full of enough anger to cause that much discontent with somebody else that they might react that way, and she doesn't care. So I'm glad I'm not in that environment. Because in reality, like I said yesterday, them calling the police on me. I don't know if I said that, but them calling, which I looked at that video the other day, I was kind of hysterical a little bit, but I was in a real state of disassociation when it happened because I'd just been fired. And then the police call me to tell me that I'm not allowed on the premises. Like, what the fuck? That shows me what kind of people they are, though, right? Because them thinking that I would do that says more about them than it does about me. You know, because anyone knowing me knows I'm not violent. I will throw a tantrum, yes. I will get up on the desk, yes, but my dog is crying. Are you not letting her in? I'll be hot. Quit being an asshole. See, I knew it. That dog did that. Can't go there either. Well, there's quit. I wondered if I could get the baby doctor back the other back. Fuck that. It's funny, I was just thinking too, because I don't want to approach this from anger anymore, but I wrote a review and I was thinking, I should change that review. I'm not going to change it. They sit in her office and talk about the CEO behind her back. I mean, it's if they're doing that, that was my thought. I'm like, they were constantly, they had to have been talking about it behind my back. It's like they were always going into rooms and closing the doors. I mean, it's like, how are you supposed to be, and it's intentional, and the boss knows it, and she still allows it to happen, because it's, okay, I didn't belong there. It's done. It's over. I am moving forward. What am I learning from this? My sister ripped me off. That's okay. I still am okay financially. I mean, kinda, right now, if I get a job right away, which right now things are crazy. I'm gonna hopefully get a job where rich people go. Because right now the rich people aren't going to be hurting right now. It's going to be the people like me. So I might as well work for the rich people. You know, working for a nonprofit helping poor people, it sucks because the nonprofit doesn't give a shit. I mean, I always thought nonprofits would be good places, but they're not. I mean, it's like, you find this groove where you just fit and you're being given money and all of a sudden you stop forgetting. Like, it's funny. My boss told me when I started there, she's like, she was caring for her mom and she was like, yeah, that's why I took this job. And nothing that I saw showed me that she felt that way. I didn't see, anytime I went to her with something that like the time that I had somebody that had Parkinson's and she was suddenly by herself and I didn't know what to do. She sat in her office talking with someone else. They were having, I'm sure it was a conversation about work because they talked about work a lot. Trust me. I'm sure it was a work conversation that they were having. I'm sure it didn't have anything to do with anybody's personal life at all. I went in there to find out what to do, and it's like, it was so casual, like, oh, well, whatever. And it's like, that's true, whatever. But that was my first time of something like that happening, right? And like, she did not one time come to me and say, how's this going? Do you want me to help you with something? Not once. She just sat in her office having her conversation work, I'm sure. It's like, that is how things are run. That is how things are run. Trump is not making that better. That is how it's worse now, I'm sure. Like I said, these are Trump voters. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be fine. They probably have been scamming. I shouldn't say that. That's not right. Never mind. Didn't mean that. Whoops. Anyway, speaking of the big beautiful bill. So I am real curious about the big beautiful bill. I haven't read that thing, and it's like I don't really trust anybody that what they say, right? It's like believe your own lying eyes. There's a fly flying around my living room. It's driving me nuts. But I'm kind of wondering, the big beautiful bill. Let me go back. They have a summary. Whoops. The big beautiful bill. What happened? There was a summary and then it went away. Here's what's in Trump's big beautiful bill. The CBS News. Okay, so let's see what this says. I don't know. Do we trust we want to trust it, right? It's CBS News. Wait, what happened? Hold on. Are you getting sound? No. Why are we not getting sound? What have I done? Well, right now there is no sound, I don't think. That's probably why. Wait, go back. Why? Okay. I click on the... Okay. I'm a commercial for Crest. Am I going to get in trouble for that? Okay. That was yesterday. But... So I have read that about the border security, right? So and I saw something where they're hiring, and I don't know if it's true. I need to look for it again. That fly's driving me insane. But it was a hiring ad for ICE agents, like 10,000 of them or something. So all these people, oh my God, I'm whistling. All these people that are disappearing people off the streets that have they don't have any markings. Like they're just going out in camo with masks and taking people, right? And it's like, I think I saw a video of them taking a woman she was working as a housekeeper. Like, that's another thing, that him saying that the people they work for can be responsible for them. Hello? That's slavery. That's slavery. I was working with people that voted for him, that feel like what he's doing is okay. Thank God I'm gone. Thank fucking God I'm gone. They can pick me apart all they want. The fact that I was in the proximity of people that are okay with the ban, who said the other day, I will find that quote. I know he said it. Let's see. Quote, Donald Trump. Oh, I don't need these right now. And they hurt with these glasses. I should have something else on that screen, huh? How about this picture of me? It's a silly picture. Okay. Look, I got my teeth. I know I have to go to the dentist. Now I know how. I called the insurance company the other day, and I'm like, because my insurance, I just got fired, and so I called the insurance company, and I'm like, Because it's funny. I said I just got fired from my job and I need to know how long this insurance will last. And I said they called the police on me, so I don't want to call them. And he started laughing, and because I was laughing, I'm like, I mean, the fact that they called the police on me is so fucking funny. It just is like it's. I worked there 9 months. 9 months. They didn't even get to know me well enough to realize that how to do this right. Like they were, I don't know. I didn't fit. It doesn't matter what they were or what I was or any of that. I did not fit there. I should have known. My son told me I should have never even taken the job, and he's right. I shouldn't have, because I didn't fit. I didn't fit from. I don't fit a lot of places. That's the problem. I don't think I'm from this planet. I kind of feel like that. I mean, you know that that's not realistic. I know that. I'm not that deluded. But some days it makes me wonder. You know, I'm like, fuck, am I an experiment? I'm an experiment. No, I don't know. I think I know a lot of people. I don't know, like they're not my friends, but I think a lot of people probably feel that way. Well, I know they do. I read stuff on Reddit all the, excuse me, time like that. So you always think you're going to find your tribe. Although I knew the very first time I went to an interview with them and I said something about finding my tribe. And she goes, well, maybe you found it. And I knew as soon as she said that they weren't my tribe. You know what I mean? It's like I knew that pretty much from the get-go. So that's okay. Now I have to be okay with that and walk away with my head held high. Know that yes, I did stand up on the desk when I left to get my curtains down. But you know why I did that? Because I'm 60 almost one, and I could climb up there and I could do that, right? And none of them would have done that. So I'm not like them. I didn't fit, you know? I'm the kind of person who does stuff like that. They're not. They're more professional. They just bring their whole home life into work. That's that's how that works. Anyway, so I'm gonna get past that. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the big beautiful bill. That's what I'm doing. I'm curious to see what's in that. I mean, I've read stuff about it. Obviously, I mean, clearly, if I don't have my head in the sand, I'm paying attention. But okay, let's see. Oops, sorry. Although I do have to, and I'm going to say something, one more thing about that. They did cut off their noses to spite their faces by firing me. I mean, I had like 20 cases in the process. I'm the only one that knows. I had sticky notes on them that would say, because a lot of what I do, well, the way I do my job is I take notes when I'm out there, and then I reflect upon the meeting, and I type up type up the stuff. But my notes are like, I'll write trigger words like, you know, a smell. Okay, this house smelled like urine, and it'll take me back to, you know what I mean, or this house did it, or nobody's gonna be able to pick up that and type those notes in. And I had 20 cases that I hadn't gotten to type in yet because I hadn't gotten that far with them, right? Like I got their signatures, but they're wet signatures. It's just, and I did. And the funny thing is I fully disclosed that this is how I was doing things, and I'm sure because Cammie can do everything so much better, I'm sure she's going to do a better job. So that's great. Go for it, sister. Have fun. I don't want to have to do that, so it's okay. You have fun doing that. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. I did what needed to be done, and I don't see. And again, I had 63 cases. I mean, it's. You know, I got things done while I was there. I got people and services while I was there. I got someone to muck out while I was there. You know, I got a chair while I was there. So in 9 months. I mean, I feel like that, and that was the problem. That was the problem, is I got shit done. And Tammy didn't like that. Anyway, okay, so I'm moving past that. I keep saying that. So now I'm going to move past that, back to the big, beautiful bill. So what I'm looking for in here, though, shit, what did I just do? Hold on. Okay, because I want to, I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave my cute face there. Look at those wrinkles. That's okay, though. I like that hat. Okay. I mean, that's what happens when you get old. You get wrinkles. See, there's this one right here. And I had a guy I dated for a while. He used to sleep on his back, and he had all of his wrinkles right here. His face, though, was pretty smooth. It was like I should start sleeping on my back. Get all my wrinkles to fall back. That'll work. Okay, what am I looking for? Where Trump said, Donald Trump quote, let the employers, right, be responsible for them. Okay, right? Isn't that what he said? Working. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let the employers be responsible for them. Let the employers be responsible for them. I want to see. So is this the one? Okay, is this the one? Let's see if this is the one. Not that I want to hear him talk, because I don't. But I want to see if this is the one where he says it. How long is this? 2 minutes. I can listen to him for 2 minutes, maybe. We'll see. It's rough. Yeah, now they're gonna fuck own them? And I knew he meant owner of the farm, but... Wow. So... Yeah, because you have workers. Which... So, okay, I'm going to be devil's advocate here because I see both sides of that, right? I mean, in a sense, we're already owned by the people we work for. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. They, like, uh, uh, it's, in a sense, I mean, if you think about it, okay, and I mean, in these instances, though, they can make you live like they can make the rules, right? And that's what I'm wondering. Is it responsible? How are they responsible for them, right? I mean, what does that mean? What does that entail? Because that can be taken a lot of different ways, you know? I don't know. I don't know how to take that. Can read that two different ways. See, my mind just went back to my old job that I'm not working anymore, so I need to release that and let it go. Okay, so I am releasing. And I'm letting go. I am breathing in. Okay, here we go. I'm doing this. It's like I did my best. I did my best. I am being so mean to myself, because of the way everything went down. I hate the way it went down. Kinda. I mean, kinda. I did lose my temper. I did stand up on the desk. But yeah, I do wish I had done it differently. This is what I wish I had done. Okay, so I'll just do it now and get it over with, right? And then nobody will ever hear it, but it'll be out in the universe, so that'll be okay. That will have to be enough. You can only control what you can control, and what you can control is your mind. So inhale, okay, and exhale. Okay, and take control of your mind. The only control that I have is over my mind and my body. The only control that I have is over the strength. The strength, baby, of my body and my mind. I'm going to stay strong and I am going to keep going. Do you know why? Do you know why I'm going to go and go and go and go? Because I am not done. I am Energizer Bunny. Ha! Because I am not done on this earth. There are things I need to learn still. Okay, what I learned from this is me. I should have known. I should have paid attention to my flags, and I should have paid attention to the warning signs, and I should have walked away a long time ago. That's what I needed to learn from this. When HR came to me, I should have calmly. I saw red. It's unfortunate because I did. I was though. That's the thing is I was seeing red pretty much from the whole time after Tammy did that. Like, I was just, because she put my life in danger and did not care. The way the climate is right now, and that is something that I really do want to drive home, right? It's like, she put my life in danger by doing that. Because the way the climate is right now, something got taken away from these people, right? And the way the government and everything is right now, people are angry. And she put me in danger by doing that, right? And it's like, that is why I reacted the way I did. And so the thing, and I don't know why I have this deep need for them to understand that, right? Like, my understanding that should be enough. Like, I feel, because they called the police on me, right? And I feel like calling the police and saying, okay, so I would also like to say something about that. They put me at danger by doing that, and nobody stepped up and did shit about it, right? But, oh, I'm sorry, my boss was going to call and tell her, okay, well, that's good. By the time you decided to maybe step up and do something, if that woman had chosen to act, I wouldn't be here anymore. So I think that, I don't know, I had a right to act the way I did. And whatever, I got up on the desk, so fucking what? Big deal. Literally, if that excites you, you're in the wrong field. Although she did drive up in her very nice Jeep, real nice, expensive Jeep that the HR working for this nonprofit drove up in this very nice, expensive. Let's take a look and see how much that Jeep costs. I'm kind of curious. It was kind of a gray one, new model, gray. Larger. Let's see what happens if I just say that. Here, it was something like this. Yes. So how much does something like this cost? There's many of them here. But it was along the lines of one of these. So what do you think these cost? Let's take a look. What does that cost? Do we have any kind of a price? Probably not. They never give you prices. They always want you to freaking click on this and click on that. Da, da, da. Anyway, I don't know. I'm sure it's not cheap. But that's the kind of rig she drives up into firing me, right? At a nonprofit. At a nonprofit. At a nonprofit. Not for profit. I don't know. You tell me what you think. We got Trump taking it all away. That's why. That's why right there. That's why he's taking it away. Okay? I'm sorry, just say it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it looks to me. And I can't help but state the obvious. God, it just infuriates me. I'm like, why do I find myself in this timeline? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this? Why? I'm almost 61. And now, we got Nazi Germany happening again. And people all around us are like, oh no, it's fine. That's not what's happening. You're exaggerating. You're exaggerating. I fucking hope the hell I am. I fucking hope so. I hope I'm deluded. I do. I hope I'm fucking crazy. I would rather be nuts than have what I feel and what I see and what others see and what is happening on the undercurrents that aren't being fucking spoken of happening. It's happening again. I would rather be nuts than have it be real, because it's kind of driving me nuts, but I've been kind of nuts. See, that was my problem too. It was funny because at the job that just fired me, my sister's on medication for schizophrenia, and I told them that, which I knew. I'm not stupid. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was going to get fired. I have to admit that. I was pushing it. Because I was pissed. I'm like, fuck you. You're going to have to fire me. And I know that I left them with a mess. I'm sorry about that. But they should have treated me better. It's funny, though, because I'm going to admit the truth here. I did leave them with a mess because I didn't have time to clean it up. They fired me. I was getting it cleaned up. I was getting there, working one of them at a time. I'm like, okay, I'll work this one next, and this one in between all the ones I was bringing in. I don't know. I left them with well, no, I didn't leave them with a mess. They left themselves with a mess by not. Like, the thing about it is never did, like I said, there was no, like, the HR comes to me and is like, and this is how the world is running. And that's what I'm going to say. Again, this is what she drove, not that. Something similar. I don't know exactly what it looked like because I was pissed when I left. But it was something like this, like one of these, right? It wasn't a cheap vehicle. I mean, I've seen their board members and what they drive, some of them. And I'm like, and I've seen the women that I work with and what they drive, and etc. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's a nonprofit. Okay, whatever. Right? I don't know. Whatever. That's fine. So, I forgot what I was saying about HR. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Over it. I'm back to Trump. Now I'm going to go back. But that's the whole thing, though. This is where it's all, everything is intertwined. And what am I supposed to do with it? That's where I was at. It's Nazi Germany again. Oh. I'm surprised we all are crazy. I mean, how can you not be if you're paying attention? I've been paying attention, like, his current or undercurrent or whatever we want to call Donald Trump's. It's a current, like it's been the driving force in these United States since he walked down that escalator. Actually, before that. But at that point in time, it's been a driving force in these United States, right? And it's like, I believe that people are empathetic. Not everybody does. That's fine. I do. I believe that I'm extremely empathetic. I believe that my sister is as well. I believe that it's driven her nuts. I believe that it could drive me nuts if I didn't recognize what it is and try. And I'm 61. I'm figuring it out, I think, or I'm trying to. But I think that if you're empathetic, that you feel the feelings of other people, right? And I think we all do. I'm not saying that I'm any different than any other persons, any other soul that has been gifted with a vessel like this one that has skin and bones and blood. Right? So we're all the same. We all eliminate. We all have tear ducts. Well, we all don't have tear ducts. Let me rephrase that. But anyway, you get my jest. Anyway, but I think that some of our souls are different, right? And so I feel like my soul has been kicked around a little bit. So, and I don't think everybody's souls have been kicked around a little bit, and that's okay. I am not going to begrudge anybody that. See, that's the lesson I need to learn, is I do that. I do begrudge people for that. I do, and I need to stop that, because that is pointless. You know what I mean? People deserve what they deserve, and they get what they get, and you need to be okay with that, right? It's like it's hard, because like I can Donald Trump president, what the fuck? How? And twice, but I do know how. I mean, I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, because people already think I'm nuts. So, because I have the ability to express myself, like by climbing up on my desk to get my curtains down. I was getting my curtains down. It's not like I was just, my stuff was there, I didn't have a ladder. I know there's not a ladder there because I put it up. I had to bring a ladder to put it up. And then they told me I couldn't come back, and some of my stuff is there, a notebook that had some stuff I'd written in it, which whatever, I don't care. They can read my deepest thoughts. I don't give two shits. I probably have talked about them, here. So if anybody really wanted to know what I thought, all they'd have to do is open up my Facebook, my YouTube channel, and go through. And there's me. I think there's some of me crying in my bed in pain, because I was working 2 jobs, and I was cleaning, and I wasn't drinking enough water, because you have to drink a lot of water. I don't know why I'm wearing these right now, but I was working, and I wasn't drinking enough water, and my body was hurting really bad. So I'm laying in bed like, oh fuck. I'm like, oh fuck me, which I think about it now, and I'm like, that probably didn't look like what was actually happening. I was hurting really bad. I couldn't open my hands sometimes. I couldn't, and I'm going back to cleaning, but that's okay, because I'm drinking more water and I'm feeling better. I think part of that was, I don't know what. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because no matter really what I do, like sitting on my ass, like sitting on my ball, like I am right now in front of the computer. See, I think I missed it because I'm not at work. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And there's a ton of yard work that needs to be done. So, but I have some time. I don't have an interview for a minute. I'm afraid to say where my interview is, because I'm afraid they'll sabotage me if they know. They call the police on me, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? Are you kidding? What the fuck? I was just... It's okay. It is funny, really, when you think about it. I'm gonna risk my life for them. What makes them think they're that important? Well, clearly they're important enough for me to be thinking about right now. So there is that. I'm working it out. That's all. I'm just working it out. Okay, so how I'm gonna work it out is be mad at Donald Trump. Which I am, so that helps. Okay, so what was I doing then? Okay. Oh yeah, trying to figure this out. So what does he mean by that? Working on, okay. So it sounds like it feels slavey to me. You know what I mean? Like it feels slavey to me. Like they're responsible for them, which means, I can just see, because the only people that are going to be doing this clearly are going to be very wealthy people, right? And already people are being exploited. People that are citizens of these United States are being exploited. So why the hell, in a situation like that, would those people not be like doubly exploited? So it's like exploitation on, is that a word? Exploitation on steroids, right? Is what it is. And it's like, okay, so that is the way I need to look at this, because I try to be the devil's advocate, and I try to look at it from both sides of this. because I can see both sides of this, but knowing the people that will have the money to do this, I can see it being a bad thing. I can see some people being good with it and being decent human beings, but we're losing those. There's not that many of those left. So I wouldn't, want to put the trust out there for something like that. But then it does allow people to stay, and so that is a good thing. I think, I mean, there's two sides to that. Again, I don't think that everything that he does is bad. And this, okay, I'm going to draw back to my work because I felt the same way about Tammy, right? I don't feel like everything that they do is bad. I feel like their motivations for the things that they do are bad. I feel like even when they do something good, the motivation behind it is driven by something bad. And the only reason that they're doing it is because doing that gets something done that they want more than that, that's bad. Does that make sense? So I'm like, you're doing something good, but you're doing it for bad reasons. So what does that make it? That's very conflicting. It's like, how do you do this? No, anyway, okay, whatever. So that's what that is. Okay, so that's in the big, or no, that part isn't in the big beautiful bill, but because he's getting more ICE agents, so what are they going to do then? They're not going to hit the farms and the hotel industry. Where did they get the woman today outside of Home Depot? I think she was like in maybe a food truck or something. I'm not sure. I don't know. They're rounding up people. It doesn't matter. They're rounding up people wherever they want. It doesn't. See, that's the thing. It's not even. See, that's the thing. It's great. This is great. This is a great idea. I love this idea. Right? While you're over here just fucking grabbing people off the street, though, not really. Not so much. It doesn't make it sound so fucking good by the way you're doing this. These beds in Florida that are being flooded. Hold on, I saw that. I'm gonna look at that. Okay, let's see. Flooding in what is it? Alligator. There we go. Alcatraz. Yeah, I saw this morning. Floods within a day of opening. It floods. How much money? How many taxpayer dollars were spent on this thing? No, quit. Freaking commercials. Okay, well, does that look good to anybody? How about that? Can I get in trouble for this? I have no idea. I don't even know if I'm streaming. I'm recording though too, right? I bet that's all I'm doing. Nope. Okay. It shows both, but I don't know. Let's go for a swim. I went swimming with my sister, kind of. The whole time I was there, I knew better than to expect that money to be there when my mom wrote me that check. Because my mom was worried about it the whole time I was there. And my sister knew that. And I know my sister, she's sneaky as hell. She was listening to our conversations. I mean, she's always been that way. Very, very deceptive and very, very sneaky. Just like other people that I've been around recently. Which is another reason it's a good thing I'm not working there. Okay, is this the little play? Okay. Is this showing it flooding though? Ah, we don't have sound. This isn't showing it flooding. Wait, that's not what I want. Still though, look at it. Look at that. Fucking look at that. What the fuck? For profit, I'm sure. This is USA. What are we doing? What the fuck? People are okay with. My sister says to me, well, they're taking my job. I said, they're not fucking taking your jobs. My sister, who just fucking decided to clean out my mom's bank account. Stupid bitch. Anyway, it's okay. My sister, who lives in West Sacramento, in a very culturally diverse neighborhood. For real, cultural, not what they say here, cultural. excuse me, but for real, cultural. Her neighbors, she's like, we used to be friends, but they don't like me anymore. I don't know what happened. And then in the next breath, she talks about how they took her jobs. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? They did not take your jobs. They did not take your jobs. You know, this is how this happens. And people know this, because I'm not Miss fucking smart. I've read this somewhere, right? Excuse me. I'm sorry, wherever, I don't even know which microphone that was, or whether or not I'm even streaming, so it doesn't really matter. What was I saying? Shit. Oh. What is happening with our jobs is that the rich people are exploiting the people that they can get for the least amount of money, and they're using them instead of you, is how I said it to my sister, right? To try to explain it. I'm like, no. People with all the money, they can pay them less than you, so that's what they're doing. Nobody is taking your job, so they're outbidding me. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? They're outbidding you? They're outbidding you. No. I mean, come on. It's like, if that's, no. I mean, you can't even explain anything to someone like that, right? But this is all for profit right here. They're not outbidding. It's not like that. I mean, I know there's a problem we need to solve. I don't know. My son had some solves. Oh, like all the empty buildings all over the fucking place. All the emptiness that we have, all the broken down shit that we could be fixing. These people that know how to do day labor could fix a house up that they are living in. Oh, how would that be? Make a neighborhood nicer and give somebody a home and actually give them a job to do too. You know what I mean? Imagine, how would that be? Why would we do something like that? Because that would give the rest of us a little bit of equality. And we don't want that. That was just, see, that was all, okay. Now I'm going to talk about my job because that's how it was there, right? It's like there was the president, and then there, you know what I mean? And actually, the CEO liked me, okay, you know, but I got mad one day. I did. And I was loud. And I was like, well, because I was mad. My life was put in danger. I'm not even going to go over that again. I know I was loud, and I am justified. And if anybody asks me about it, I will step up and say exactly why. My life was put in danger, and nobody gave a shit. So, we'll leave that right there. Again. Anyway, but it was the same kind of situation. You know, you have this person up here who's got all this power, and if anybody tries to get a little bit like out of line, or stand up and say, so this I did not say, so this I will say now. Just because it's always been that way doesn't mean, and you know, oh, it's just the state. Oh, it's just the state. Oh, you know, working with the state. Okay, do your fucking job and try to make it different. People that sit in shit and make it smell like a rose, I just want you to know that regardless of what the smell is and how it looks on the outside, on the inside, it's still shit that you're sitting in, right? So what you want to do is you want to try to make it better. You don't want to just sit in it, you know? You want to reach out and try to do something to make it better. And when you take a certain amount of responsibility, that is your job, right? Like Trump, he's not trying to make anything better. Again, he will make shit look like a rose. But underneath that, it is still shit. So, anyway, back to this. This is not the flood, though. I want to find the flood. We find the flood. Flood. Alligator Alley, right? So, oh my goodness, is that it right there? That can't be right. Can it? Oh no. Wait, what am I doing? Isn't that what it's called? Oh no. I'm sorry, alligator. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm good. I hate that so bad. It's better though than at night when I'm like totally relaxed and he's right up next to my head. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Video. That's what I want. Come on, stop. My setup is awesome. It is. I am grateful. I am grateful. I'm not upset that I'm not working there anymore. I'm more upset about the way it went down. I do wish that I had handled myself better. I really do. I was so triggered though. And again, now I know why. So, I mean, it explains it, but fuck. Just because I can recognize afterwards why I'm being triggered, how do I know it? And I need to figure out how to be in the moment. Be able to go like, okay, dude, you're being triggered. You're being triggered. You're being triggered. You know what I mean? Calm. And instead of I just see red, I can't. And the thing is again, now, okay, so, and then I'm like, oh, and they called the police on me. I mean, I have never hurt anybody. Never. Never. Unless, well, let me rephrase. If they've attacked me. If someone has come after me physically, if someone physically has laid their hands upon me, like she was getting ready to touch me, and I could see that, you know what I mean? So that would have been a problem. That would have been a problem if she had touched me, if she had laid hands on me. So I'm glad she didn't, because then I might have not handled that very well at all. But other than that, I'm not, you know what I mean? That I don't go after people. That's not what I do. I'm not violent. I get mad. I'll throw a tantrum. If I hit something, it'll be myself. But I don't do that in front of people. Well, no, I do that still. I don't do it in front of people, though. It's been a minute, but I've done it recently now that I think about it. I was hitting my legs the other day because of this job. So it does, and I should have known. It takes me way, like it triggers, especially because the person, and I know this is not their fault. So this is, like I said, I should have just left because she reminds me so much of my sister. And then I went and saw my sister. Then I was going to go see you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, I was 6 again. So I climbed on the desk like a 6-year-old. I did. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, they didn't see it as a tantrum, and that's exactly what it was. I was throwing a tantrum. I'll admit that. I do that. I'm passionate. I can't help myself. I am. I'm a very passionate person when it comes to my emotions. And I guess, you're supposed to control that, and I get that. But like, again, I'm not violent, I mean, climbing up on the desk was fun for me. It was like I was showing off, is what it was. Literally, I was acting like a 6-year-old. So, and they're like, not very professional. Well, why? You bring your kids here. I'm just acting like them. No. That's funny. I don't care, though. I can act like I'm 60. I've been doing it all my life, though. It seems to trigger us, you know what I mean? And then we have all this stuff going on around us where they've got this flooding. See, I got distracted. That's okay, though. I mean, here I'm having a conversation with my computer again. I'm telling you, there's my dog over there chewing his foot, and my other dogs are laying down on the couch and on the floor. Everyone's calm for me for right now. I'm glad. Because I gave them food. They're like, well, because you fed us. I'm sorry. Well, it's funny because this time of the day is the time I would normally have been at work, which I'm so fucking glad I'm not there anymore. I am so glad I'm not there anymore. The weight was so heavy. I couldn't take it. And she said it takes a strong person to do this. And, I'm not that kind of strong. I'm okay with that, though. I don't feel weak because I'm not that kind of strong, right? Like, I don't feel weak because I'm not the kind of strong that's okay with this, that's okay with putting people in cages. Like, I feel like they're okay with that. Well, like, I know it. One of them I was talking to, and she made woman has the right to say, right, well, they are anybody who's not Native American does not fucking have the right to say that, period. Period, period, period. I'm going to put a big fat fucking period on that. If you are not Native American to this land from the Native American way the fuck back before somebody brought a boat over here and fucking took over, you are an immigrant. You do not fucking belong here. Period. Big fat period. Big one. Okay. Well, I mean, you belong here. Let me rephrase that. Sorry. I'm going to erase the period. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're going to change that. Something's wrong. Okay. So, well, not really. If you are not Native American, Indian, whatever from a tribe that was in this nation before the white man came here, then you are from an immigrant family who has immigrated to this country, but therefore it's not your land. It's not our land, right? I mean, it's not really their land, but it's a hell of a lot more their land than it is a white man's land, if you think about it. So, in reality. So anyway, this woman has the nerve to say to me, she's like, they are coming over, the immigrants, right? And I'm like, and she's dark complected with long dark hair. And I've never asked her nationality. But I said, oh, you're Native American, right? And she's like, no. And I just looked at her. And I said, oh, I thought you were. But I'm like, then what are you fucking talking about? They who? Who's they? They your ancestors? They whose ancestors? They, the little baby up the street that just got born from somebody who's trying to get away and trying to find a better life? Which they are you referring to? Because I didn't say it because I was trying to not be that. Well, and then Tammy's just sitting there watching, like stoking it, like, ooh, this is going to cause some discontent. Yeah. And then Tammy's all to me, well, you need to know your audience. And it's like, yeah, and you just need to go get a life and not, like, there's drama. It's like, you need to just go. She actually, in reality, she fucking probably needs to get laid. As do I. I'm not going to say that that's not true either. I think that was probably both of our problems too. Both of us are women where neither one of us is getting, like, my life is very unbalanced. I'm not getting everything I need to be. Like I said, I posted the other day, and it's like, we need sleep, sex, food, and the rest of this is all capitalism. And I'm like, gosh, that's so true. You know what I mean? So, and I'm like, I'm missing a couple of those. So, but anyways, but so is she. Like, I shouldn't. Yes, I'm going to. I feel like she's in a loveless marriage, which I can't even imagine. I had a friend for a while, Nancy, and her marriage, they would go a week without talking to each other, which I don't think that happens with Tammy, and I don't know that her marriage is loveless either, so that's not fair for me to say. I know I couldn't be married to her. I couldn't be around her. She was hard. I didn't like her. At all. There was nothing that I found redeeming after I actually got to know her. Because every single thing she did, just like Trump, even if it was nice, even if he's doing something that looks on the outside like it's a shiny red apple, there are fucking worms in it. I guarantee it. And those worms have lots and lots of money. They live in that apple. We are going to eat you. Because we can. I mean, Jeff Bezos is... Okay, back to the flood. Sorry. All of it is so much. It's like, why? Why are we here? I'm 60. I don't want to be here. I wanted to be able to retire soon. I was hoping I would be able to stay in this job until I retired, but I got too triggered, which I should have known. I mean, come on, Donnie. Working in that kind of... Like, some of the houses I went into, it was a lot. You go in there, and there are people that nobody gives a shit about. And it's like, and I do. They're like dumping them in my lap. Here you go. Okay, here's the difference between me and the person that is taking over for me right now. Is that I will go into these people's home and I will make sure they get a home care worker. I will help them. I will help them get on their computer and I will get them a home care worker. Or I will help them get into the site, or I will call the home care worker agency and I will line them up. And technically that wasn't part of my job. So the person who's taking over for me, she didn't do that. She said to me, I'm not gonna hold their hand like you do. So she just took over 63 of my cases, and most of them are set, so they're good. But some of them do need, and it was said to me, not all case managers are like you. And I'm like, or no, well, other case managers. And I'm like, I'm not other case managers. You know what I mean? And it's like, so those people will just get lost. I mean, it's not, you can't save everyone. You know what I mean? But the job clearly wasn't for me because I'm not like that. I'm not like that. That's what I told my supervisor. I said, what, do you want me to just leave them out there dangling? Well, no, but what? But yes? Well, no, but yes. Yeah, so I made sure I got fired. That's what I do. My little girl comes out and says, I'm gonna be the little bitch. I can't help it. Because I'm nuts. No, Elm came out lots. She was like, I'm gonna scream. I didn't scream though. I'm proud of myself because in reality, especially considering I am going to pull up the flood. I got it right here in front of me on this other screen. But especially considering current events, I think I'm holding it together fairly well. All things considered. No, I'm so grateful for my son and his fiance. I'm very grateful for them, especially Rylan. He's like, I come home the other day and I'm like, I got fired. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, and by the way, the check that my mom wrote us bounced. He's like, you're a sister. I said, yeah, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, family. It's like, yeah, I know. Fuck. Fuck. Really? I mean, fuck. And I was going to try to redeposit it, but then Michaela pointed out, and she's right. I'm glad she did. She was like, isn't there a charge if it bounces again? I'm like, fuck. Yeah, you're right. There is. So I'm not going to do that, just in case. Well, and I feel like my sister probably cleaned up my mom's account because my mom was like, yeah, I'm setting aside a little for you. And then I think my sister heard. She thinks that I've got it so easy. It's funny. It's funny because, I know that she's got it hard. I recognize that. I was going to reach out to her and tell her that if she needed me to, that I would find a way to come there so she could just take like a week or something and not worry about my mom, right? And I was going to be like, give me 6 months or something, although I got fired from my job, so that's not happening. But anyway, but then this, I'm like, yeah. I mean, you made your bed, you lie in it. Just like with my mother. I feel bad for my mom. My mom's just given up. She's done. She's done. And it's like, and that's another thing. I mean, again, I'm not surprised they fired me. I don't even care. I would made it miserable. I needed to go. I hated it there. I should have just not gone back. And I was going to call in sick the day that they fired me. I wish I would have. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be there. But then they would have had access to all of my shit when they knew they were going to fire me, which they still do, so it doesn't even matter. Which, whatever. There's nothing there. I don't care, except for the fact that they're using all of my knowledge to train the next person, which I'm grateful for the next person, and I'm grateful for the consumers, but it makes me angry for the organization because they treated me badly. They put my life at risk and didn't fucking care. Fuck you, And then didn't even see it, didn't even fucking recognize it. It's like, see, but I wouldn't really do that. So I would go to the gym though. That's another thing because I've lost, since I started working there, I've lost 17 pounds, which I knew that was going to cause something. Because as soon as it was when Tammy and I were still talking, and I told her I was starting to do intermittent fasting. And I said it worked for me. And she goes, God, I've tried that, and I've tried other things, and nothing's worked, right? And then I started losing weight, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I'm really fucked. I was right. I knew it, though, because it's like, she's unhappy. you know, and she can't figure out how to get happy, so she thinks that she needs to be mean to other people. For some reason that brings, like Trump, for some reason they think that being mean to other people is going to bring them joy. How do people, I don't understand. There's so much of it out there, and that's the thing I don't get. Okay, this is what started this whole stream today, is that I'm trying to fucking figure out, and if anybody, I doubt anybody's listening, or if anybody ever does and they ever have any insight, please let me know how the fuck you get by in a world when so many people don't give two shits. They're mad, they're angry, they're resentful, so they want everybody that they are mad and angry and resentful towards to feel more pain than they're feeling, so they go out of their way to cause that. And it's like, and think that that brings them joy. And it's like, all that do is, it compounds your own pain. See, you're not understanding. By being a mean dick, it just makes you worse. You just feel worse being a mean dick. You think it makes you feel better, but it really doesn't. And you can be mean and more mean and more mean and more mean, and you're still not going to satisfy whatever it is in your soul that is fucking missing. And there are so many people like that out there. And how do you live in a world like that? Right? Like, I haven't figured it out and I'm 61. So if anyone has some insight, please let me know. Because I am just getting along. I'm praying like hell that I get this job cleaning. I mean, I'm just gonna leave this last job out of it. Although I had a right to be angry. You know, I had a right. I didn't handle it correctly. But every time that I've gotten angry, I feel like I've had a right to be angry, right? My well-being was put at jeopardy a couple of times in this job because of other people's pettiness. And it's like, why? Although I had a right to be angry, I did. Like I said, my fucking 6-year-old, I can't keep her contained sometimes. Can someone give me insight on that too? That would be awesome. I will say though, I will tell you, however, I did consider having a drink and I did not do that. And this job was right across the street from the liquor store. So as I'm driving out, mad as hell, to come home and be like, I just got fired from my job. And then the next day, I'm like, I go back down and I'm like, that check just bounced. I feel like I've been kicked in the gut. It's cool. Yeah, fuck. And then the whole time I'm there in California with my sister and my mom, now I'm going to vent a little bit about me before I look at this. I'm thinking that my mom wrote me this check and my sister kept like leaving her wallet at home, or, you know, oh, I don't have any cash. And then, you know what I mean? And I'm like, whatever, I'll just get it. Because I felt like my mother had written me this check. So I thought I would treat a little, and then she fucking cleared out the account. So yeah, there's that. I'm glad I didn't go any of the places she wanted to go. You want to go to West Sac? No, I don't. Thank you. She was trying to get me to go spend money. And I was like, no, I don't want to go those places. No, I'm good. Thank you. No, I don't want to. No. You know, I don't want to. I didn't really want to spend time with her because she's angry. I don't want to be angry anymore, right? I mean, that's the thing with Tammy too. She's angry, right? And like, I don't want to be. Even when she's nice, she's angry. Trump, even when he's nice, he's angry. No matter what he does, it's driven by the motivations behind people, what they do. That's where a lot of people don't like. And I see motivations behind a lot of things people do. And that's I guess what I'm trying to say. There we go. That's the insight I'm looking at. People don't see other people's motivations a lot of the time, I find. And I have found in my lifetime, at my age, that when I have felt this way about people, in retrospect, looking back, because I've been to a lot of places in my life, and I've worked in a lot of places, and I've been around a lot of different people, and I've lived on the streets, and I've lived in hotels, and I've worked as a stripper, and I've worked in the Department of Corrections, and I just recently worked for a nonprofit that I probably don't think about the review. Just let it go. The review. That's how you felt in the moment. Leave it alone. Okay. Anyway, I don't know. I wonder if I can get in trouble for slander, though. Because I do think that they should be investigated. I do think that they should be audited. But that also could cause her a lot of problems. And I don't trust her family not to come after me. So I think I'm just going to make the review go away and let it go. Right? I think that I don't want it out there. I think that it's not worth it. And I think I'm just going to disappear it. And it's right here. I'm gonna edit it. And I'm gonna take a lot of this out there. I would not recommend getting a job here. The management is pretty much worthless. Right off, I was warned by the supervisor not to trust the women at the front. Zero training, according to Melissa. Worker teams, really, they felt, I don't know, man. I don't trust her. I don't trust her family, right? I don't trust her husband not to do something. I don't trust her kids. I mean, I want to call the police and go, okay, but now I'm worried for myself because she's talked about her family and how they are, you know, and so now I'm kind of worried because if she would do something as vindictive as calling the police, what else will she do to me, right? I mean, I'm worried. That's good. I'm recording it right now. If anything happens to me, make sure it checks back. So I'm like, but it's true. Everything I'm saying here is true. So I'm gonna say it. Maybe I'll say it out here and just get it out. Okay. I worked at Quebec for 9 months. I would not recommend accepting a job here. The management is pretty much worthless. Right off, I could just leave it at that. You know what I mean? And then take all the rest of this. Oh, no. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that out of there. And I'm going to save it on a document just because I don't want it to go away. I do miss writing. Whoops. I did that wrong. Writing. I need to start writing again. I was listening. That's one thing I will say. When I was working there and I was going to the gym, which I'm letting my gym membership, I don't like the gym anymore. But anyway, when I was working at the gym, what is this? I'm putting this in a Word document and I'm going to I'll just leave that there. File, save as. Oh, is it just going to save? Yes. Okay. When I was going to the gym listening to my I am affirmations, I actually can write. Some of the things I've written are not bad. I mean, if I do say so myself, I'm not bragging on me. My writing's good. I'm hot. For 60. It's so funny because I do not see myself as 60 in my mind at all. So I'm sure people think I'm nuts. I know I'm a lot. Like Tammy was like, oh, you're a lot. And I'm like, yeah, and you're a slug. Sorry, that was mean. See, I don't want to be mean. Okay, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mean. So I don't want to be mean. That's the thing. I don't want to be mean, you know? And that's what I'm going to say. I would not work here. I have a lot to say, but I don't want to be mean. That's what I'm leaving it as. So I will not. That's how I'm leaving that. There. I feel better about that. I would not recommend working here. I have a lot to say, but I'm not unkind, so I will not. There. Okay. That feels better. I don't want to be like them. That's the thing. That's another reason I quit. I don't want to be like them, so why would I do that then? That's vindictive and mean. Right? Look at that. Oh, I'm proud. I mean, I put it out there, but now it's gone. That's funny. I did though put it on the CEO's Facebook page at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And mostly because I wanted her to know they were talking about her because I liked her. I felt bad for her. She's going through a lot and they're fucking sitting in their office backstabbing her. Her husband's fucking got cancer. You know, he's dying. And you guys are all in here going, me, 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 me. You know, it's like, fuck you. I liked her. They were mean and it was bullshit. You know, and she was there a lot. And I don't know what kind of a person she really, really was, but I know she was going through a lot. And for anybody to be that disrespectful for somebody that you work for and with that closely, if they treat her like that, how the fuck do you think they were treating me? Right? I mean, I saw the way they treated her. If you see that, how do you, if you see, just like Trump, believe what you see. Don't believe actually what, people talk. Words don't mean shit. It's what you see. And people are like hello. So, but I appreciated the CEO. I wonder if I should put that in my review. I liked the CEO though. I liked the CEO. Leave it at that. Yeah, she was going, actually, that's not true. I really didn't like her much either. I didn't really like anybody, to tell you the truth, but I don't really like a lot of people, so, I mean, I will admit that. I'm not a big, let's have a bunch of friends and all kumbaya together type kind of person, I have a really hard time trusting people. However, I have good reason, as we can see. Now, maybe had I openly trusted them all, this wouldn't have happened. But when you see how other people, like, it's hard to trust somebody in that, like I said, I saw how they treated her and the things that they did when she wasn't looking and right? I mean, I saw those things. And the only reason why they let me in on that conversation was because I thought they were talking about me and I was pissed, which I'm sure they were too. I'm sure they were talking about me as well, but they had to have an excuse for being in there with the door closed. So they told me they were talking about her. Okay. And I'm the one that wasn't professional. Gotcha. Because I climbed on the desk. They fired me at that point. Although I do have to admit I was not acting professionally. I wasn't though. I was so triggered though. But again, I am admitting my part of this because I was very triggered, so I was acting out. But again, I felt like I was put at risk, and nobody gave a shit. And it's like. I mean, I know I haven't worked there a long time, but enough time that you should care. Somebody might hurt me. Maybe. No? Okay. Maybe I should just go, and then I have to have a tantrum and go. In my computer. That's what I'm doing. On my computer. Okay. it's over. Okay, that's so funny. Oh, it's hilarious. I forgot my coffee. There goes Ginger. Okay, I think I'm gonna go out with my dogs for a minute. I don't know what time. Come on, you guys. Come on in. Come. Come in. In. Come. Okay, now I'm gonna do this Trump thing. I'm gonna go out with my dogs in a minute, but not right now. I got up to go to the bathroom. Everybody's like, "Oh, we're going outside, aren't we?" Walter, quit growling at everybody. The sun's coming out. I really, really hope the next couple of days it's gonna be sunny. It's hard. I mean, I just got fired. My sister just ripped me off. I'm trying to be okay. Everything. Trump's gonna be fucking Hitler 2.0. You know, and everybody's enabling him. Not everybody, clearly, but I mean, it's just like, didn't they? I want to, okay, wait, breathe, one thing at a time. Flooding concerns, here we go. This is what I want. Are they going to show it? Is this the video here? Let me see. Can we skip the commercial? Probably not. I got one for you. Drink some fucking water. Drink water. Just drink lots of water. I know our water kind of sucks though, but still, if you drink water, that helps. It helps a lot. Yeah, you don't have to do all that. I'm just saying, you know, drinking water will help you. It will. I'm telling you, you have to pee a lot though, so that kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. It's called water. I don't want to see this. Come on, blah, blah, blah. How do I skip it? Oh, right there. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Look at this. I mean, it's Florida. Didn't they think it was going to rain? I'm wondering. It's Florida. You know that, right? I mean, what the fuck? Are you kidding? Oh my God. You can't make people live in something like that. The fuck is wrong with them? What, are they going to have one blanket? Is that seriously one of the rooms? Oh my God. Hold on. Sorry. Ah! Over here. Stop. What the fuck? So I wonder where that particular room was in respect to all of this, and how, like, are there in the rooms where they're going to be sleeping? Is it going to flood? I mean, I guess so. It's if it floods in part of it, right? It's flat. This is just what are we? What are we? Why? And this is all privatized, I'm sure, by his buds. Right? See, this is the flooding. Yeah, do I see flooding here? These floors wet. They'll get. Well, and the way the wind was going through. So, I mean, the wind's going to go through these like that too. right? They're going to be fucking wind tunnels. It's going to be cold as hell. Windy, rainy. Damn, that's not good. That's not cool. I don't know about that. Damn, could you imagine having, like, okay, can we stop for a minute, Rachel? Because I was talking. Thanks. Sorry, sister, but I was talking. You interrupted me. Now I don't even remember what I was saying. Can you imagine? Like, who are they going to put in there, right? Is it going to be strictly men? Is part of it going to be men and another part of it going to be women? Because they say that they're putting illegals in there, but they're taking people, they're disappearing people. Like, who are they putting in there? There's no due process. So who are they putting in there? Why did they have to build something like that where there's going to be wind tunnels and rain coming through and people living in that, probably with, let me take a look at those beds again. Hold on. Let me go back and see if I can get out of Rachel Maddow. Rachel, sorry, I didn't want you. Here's another one, though. Here's another YouTube one with flooding concerns. But first we have another commercial. What's this one? I wasn't just keeping it. Keeping what? The knife. This knife. This is a He-Man knife. We got this knife, you're a big man. Is that how big? I'm not sure that that's... Is that how big... No, big man, though. I can't do it now. All right, that's done. All right, buddy, I cracked myself up. Oh, that's pretty. Let's go ride. Wouldn't that be fun? What's this? I like that. Okay. Yeah, lots of money. Lots and lots of money. You all got that money, right? We're all doing so well. I could go to space, too. In reality, I go to space every day. No, which is a joke. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see. Okay. How much is this costing us? And who's going there? Again, who? Who? Who are you putting in there? Who's overseeing this? Who? Who? Who's providing the food for the people going in there? Who's making sure that they're able to shower and that they have running toilets or a toilet? Do they have toilets? Or do they have outhouses? I mean, when are they going to the bathroom? Like me, I gotta pee every 5 minutes. Jesus Christ, how old? How young? Who's going in there? I'm not sure about this. No, it doesn't matter what I think. But that's what I think. Okay. Yeah. Because it's Florida. Again, in case anybody's asking, it's Florida. It's fucking Florida. It rains in Florida. In case you didn't know that, it's Florida. It rains there a lot. Kind of like Oregon. We both kind of on the coast. We rain a lot. That's what happens when there's water real close to you. And it gets into the air. And then it gets into clouds. And then it comes over you in the land. And it dumps on you. That's how that works, in case anybody's wondering. And Florida's kind of close to water, like Oregon. I think that's right. I might be wrong, though. I wasn't really good at science. But I'm just saying, sounds about right to me. I don't know. Okay, back to this. Okay, what is an aluminum structure? Did any of those look aluminum to you? What's an aluminum structure that can withstand those winds? Are all those things inside of one big, huge aluminum structure? That's not how that looked. Am I wrong? Maybe it is. Okay, so that is oh, I guess, okay, so this is an aluminum structure. It doesn't matter. It's still going to be, I mean, look at that. Look at this bed. There's a pillow and a fucking, I mean, look at that. They're taking people away from their families. They're taking, they're separating, they're taking working people that are working at jobs to try to support their families and their children. Okay, so these people are working jobs to make the capital money that we have to live in order to pay the capital expensive fucking rent that the people on top are allowed to charge us, and the interest rates and all of that, right? So these people are working for the capitalists up at the top so that they can provide for their families, so that their families can eat, right? So that they can do the basic survival. The basic survival is what we're getting here. I'm not talking about living high on the hog. I'm talking about the cheap one-ply toilet paper is what we're doing, right? And it's like, okay, we got the cheapest toilet paper and the cheapest of everything. We are grocery shopping at the dollar store. It's $1.25 now, though, because of inflation, right? Because these millionaires can't get enough fucking votes and shit. But anyway, you're going to space. Can't buy too many weddings in Venice. I am just saying, I mean, on my bucket list, I'm telling you. But anyway, these people they're doing this. They're working so that they can support their families. And we're taking them away and putting them in places like this. And then what's going on with their families? They no longer have that support. They no longer have that person that was working, that was in the society, the dude that they took over to, whatever, I can't think of his name right now, but we all know who I'm talking about, that was over there for a while, and now he's saying that he was mistreated. Well, no fucking shit, but anyway, and then they bring him back, and it's so they brought him back at a time to drive the news cycle, because at that time Elon had just turned on Trump, and that, I think the following day they brought him back and something else, like they're driving the news cycle like this, wow, 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 like they're coming at us from all directions. And that doesn't take somebody genius to figure that out, because Steve Bannon said that's what they were going to do. So that's what they're doing. They're coming at us from all directions. Well, he's over here doing shit like this right here. That's what's important. What he's doing right there, that every single time, this as well as every single time that he does something against what the Supreme Court tells him to do, every single chip he chips away at our Constitution, and we sit there and let that happen, the closer we get to his family becoming control of this country. His family, okay, not just him, but his sons and his daughter and Jared Kushner's dad, those people, right? And it would have been Elon Musk, but Elon Musk got flicked away because he did his duty in fixing, somehow he fucking rigged the election. I totally believe that. I believed that way before. All of a sudden my son's like, did you know? And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I knew that. Pretty sure there was a group of people that knew that. Pretty sure I'm not the only one who figured that out, like, the day after the election, It's like, yeah, no, that didn't happen that way, but not, it's just, and maybe it did, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am, right? Anyway, it doesn't matter, because here we are. All of that shit doesn't matter, because here we are. So, I mean, what's going to happen now if he did rig it? What? So what? Now what? What are we going to do now? What? Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing. What can we do? Nothing. He's taking away birthright citizenship. Birthright citizenship. We know what that means, right? Anybody, me, doesn't matter. Anybody. He could disappear me right now because he doesn't like what I'm saying to you, regardless of the fact I'm nobody, right? It doesn't, like, maybe that would be the whole point. Nobody would miss me. Although, like, I'm waiting for these to become places where they start generating product, right? You can just work. We'll let you stay here and work, but you have to live in this camp while you work and stay here and try to find. You can stay just like he's doing. You in this kind of it, right? You can stay here. You can stay here and work for this farmer and work, but is that working towards your citizenship, or are you just working for this farmer? Because if you're just working for this farmer and you're not working toward your citizenship as well, then you basically are in control of somebody who, if, like, my boss got mad at me, I climbed on the desk, right? They didn't like that. She was pissed. She called the police. The police are like, and I'm like, are you kidding? I know, I looked at that video. I was kind of hysterical, it looked like. And my teeth are so big and white, it looked funny. It looked fake, but whatever. That's okay. I mean, they are fake. They look better than the other ones, so that's all I care about. Unless I'm going to go to my dentist, and because they need to fix them, so they're crooked and they were set down too low. And he said, you can go back in 6 months and we can do the top and the bottom together, and we'll fix the top ones, or you can go back in like a month or so and just have them fix this, cut this and fix this. And I said, I'll do 6 months. So now I've got an appointment on the 7th. I called the insurance company. I said that earlier. I've got an appointment on the 7th, and I'm going to say, by the way, circumstances have changed. I really want to tell people they call the police on me because it's so funny. I'm like, but people don't know me, so I probably shouldn't say that because, but I mean, that's so extreme. I'm like, it's vindictive. You know what I mean? It's vindictive. It's like, that is cruel, and it's Tammy. Tammy drove that. You know what I mean? I mean, that woman, that's who she is. She's like that. Like my sister stealing the money from me. I'm waiting for one more. Usually it happens 3 times. So it was Tammy and my sister, and now I'm like, okay, someone else has got to slam me in the gut, because that's how things work. So I'm just waiting for that shoe to fall. I'm prepared. I'm all tense. I'm ready. Come on, give me. It's funny. I crack myself up sometimes. I really do. I can be extremely funny. Nobody ever sees it though, because I am not myself around people very much, because people don't get me. They think I'm weird. And I'm like, that's okay. I'm funny though. I really am. I mean, I think I am. I crack myself up. So that's good enough, right? I mean, it's so funny. When I was in California, I was in the pool and I put my music up and I was playing and singing and dancing and stuff, and nobody was out there. It was just me. But I didn't realize when I went back to my room, I'm like, oh, I looked out this big window at the end of the hall and you could see right into the pool. I'm like, oh, oh well, I was having fun, but I probably looked like I was drunk, which I wasn't. I'm high though. I was always high, but whatever. That's, neither here nor there. I wasn't drunk. Actually, and I do this not high. Like, I love to sing and dance. I always have. Speaking of, I am going to do another recording of me dancing because my birthday, I got that birthday video earlier. I put it in there. Remind me of that. Anyway, I got that birthday video. But, what was I saying? Oh, I want to get another video of me dancing. Maybe I'll do it this afternoon. I know I can just record it on my phone. Can I do that with the music too? I think I left I've got my other phone. I think I left one of my phones. I left stuff at work, some of my stuff. I'm hoping they just throw it all away, that they don't go through it, but I expect that they will. And I expect that Tammy will read my personal things, and in her head she'll be like, see, I knew she was, why do I care what she thinks? See, herein lies the problem. Does she matter in my life? No. Will she matter from this point forward? No. If I see her, will I speak to her? No. So what does she have to do with the way I'm feeling in this moment? Nothing. Because can I go back and change anything? No. I did though. Because I changed what I wrote. And feel much better about that. Yes, I do want my story heard, but whatever. It's out in the universe now. I'm talking about it. So that'll be enough. I don't need to go and blare it from the mountainside no matter how much I want to. I was mistreated. Well, no, they didn't care about my safety. That is my bottom line right there. They put me in jeopardy. They didn't care about my safety, and that's not okay. Actually, I might just put that in my review. I feel like the only thing I have to say is they did not care about my safety, and that is not okay. And I'm gonna because that is true. There was multiple times I said something about oh, I'm going out there by myself. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, whatever. Nobody gave two shits. I'm like, well, if I die, make sure if my son comes looking for me. There we go. I feel good about that right there. I feel good about that much more now. I've changed it so many times. I had to write it out though, and then put it out there. And maybe someone saw it, maybe they didn't, but I don't know. I hope Melissa Metz takes what I sent to her with the way I sent it to her. I mean, I didn't need her to. Yes, she did need to know. They were talking about it behind her back. She's got a lot going on. She doesn't need that, right? If they work too closely in a small, I mean, she's the CEO. They shouldn't be backstabbing her like that. Their little fucking mean girl act. It's bullshit. They shouldn't be doing that. Regardless of what they feel, then they should go to her with that. Not sit behind her back and be like, I don't have a lot of tolerance for that shit. Clearly, because like I said, my son reminds me constantly, Mom, people talk about you behind your back all the time. You just have to deal with it. I know, he's right. Okay, anyway, I would not recommend working here. They do not care about my safety, and that is sad. I have a lot more I could say, but I'm not unkind, so I will not. There, I feel a lot better about that than what I had. Yay! Even though it felt good to say it all for a minute, maybe somebody read it, but now it's gone. And now I feel like I am the bigger, better person. And that is what is important, because I know the truth. I know why I was triggered. Okay, so flooding, and look at that. Look at that shit. That is what's important. See, all this other stuff that I'm doing, I'm like, it's so petty, really. And that's the thing. It is so petty. I don't even want it. It's unfortunate, because the job is to help people. And the whole atmosphere was so petty. I'm like, I can't do it. Don't make me be this way. I do not want to be you, because you're being mean just because you can. You're trying to make it hard for others because it was hard for you. Why would you do that? That is not right. You do not do that. It's hard for you, so you make it nicer and softer if you can. You help. Yeah? No? Hey, I didn't think so. Yeah, you were just mean. Okay, so back to this. I'm talking to myself. I know. It's okay. All is good. I'm telling you. All right. So what's all this? Soldiers? That's our military is going to be doing this. See, what are all these? What are all these white things here? What is, I want to know what this all is, right? Where can we get that? what would we call that? The blueprint? How many bad people are there? I mean, how many bad people are there? Can there be that many bad people? I mean, am I naive? I can't imagine that there can be that many bad people that they need to do this. I mean, and my son, like, and I think isn't there a productive way to do this? I mean, I don't know. I'm not, like, I don't know. It's a huge thing. I know that the immigration issue is huge. So I don't want to be like I'm all knowing and stuff, because clearly I'm not. I'm a 61-year-old person sitting in my living room talking to a fucking computer. What do I know? I just got fired from my job and they called the police on me because sometimes I act out. I become intolerable. Oh, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I should have quit before that happened. I should have quit as soon as Tammy did that to me. I should have said right then, I cannot work here anymore. You do not have my back, and she could have got me hurt. And you did not pay attention to that, and that is not okay. And then I should have walked away and went to California. You know what I mean? I thought about quitting before I left, so, which was clear. I was clearing stuff out of my office. So, I mean, they kind of knew that I was getting ready. I was going to give them 2 weeks notice. I was waiting for her to come back so we could talk, but she didn't want to face me because I made her mad because I raised my voice at her. And it's like, but I'm supposed to be okay with a consumer yelling at me because my coworker undermined me and could have really put me at risk. But I raised my voice to you and you can't handle it. So then I didn't really see her after that. The last time it's funny to me because that's not my idea of strength. I would have handled that differently. So, although I climbed up on the desk. So it's clear what my idea of strength is. See, look, I was like, I can climb up here. You fucking can't. And I'm 61. That's kind of why I did it. I mean, really, I'm proud of the fact that I'm still active, and like I did like the gym for the fact that I got a lot of exercise. I would put the treadmill on like to 9 and 15 and I would dance on there, but whatever. If I get this job housekeeping, I'll be going out toward the beach. So I can just walk on the beach during those times or run on the beach or run somewhere, just run and play somewhere. I don't have to be on an incline to get, I do need weights. I wonder if they have I'm afraid to say where I'm working. So I don't want to put it, I'm afraid. I'm pretty sure I'll get the job. I can clean. I like cleaning. I'm good at it. I take pride in it. I like seeing the difference. I like people being like, this is clean. And I can be like, no, thank you. I did that. That's me. It's funny. Okay, so I took for a little bit, I'm like going all over. I'm talking to a computer. What the fuck am I talking? Who am I explaining myself to? Okay. Sorry, back on track here. I took this class to find your soul, right? And I didn't really see, again, people. Like, I liked the woman. However, I believed that she could not learn from her students. And I believe that is not true. And I didn't know her well enough to actually know whether that was true. So I might be wrong, but that was the feeling that I got from her. And so because of that, I really didn't enjoy her class. Because I got that feeling pretty quickly that she was superior to us. And that is not the case. regardless of her knowledge, right? It's like, okay, yeah, you're smarter in this subject, but that doesn't make you a god. You know, yes, we are paying you to teach us something, but that doesn't make you, I mean, you're a teacher, not a superior being, right? There's a difference. So anyway, so I didn't really care. I mean, I think that you can reach a higher self, but I don't think because you reach a higher self that makes a person that like, I don't think that Tammy is any less than me as a human being. I don't think that Melissa is any less than me as a human being. I don't think that any of them are any less than me as a human being. What I think is that they do things way different than me, and I'm glad I'm not like that. And I don't want to be around that because I don't want to become the things that I don't like. Right? And I could see it happening. I could see it happening, you know, and that's why I I acted out. I did, you know. I will admit it. I did. I acted out. I did. Okay, I'm admitting it. Look, see, that's growth. That is called success, regardless. So, okay, I'm going to go back to this. This is fucking Alcatraz bullshit. There can't be this many bad people. Well, he wants to build more of these. And then they're rounding people up. They're what they're going to do. This is what they're going to do. See, he's got soldiers in the streets and they're rounding people up, and then they're going to go there. And then they're supposedly going to go and get due process, right? But he got rid of due process, so they're not going to get due process. So what are they going to do with them? Because they're not going to get due process. They say in there, they say so that they can go to court, but they already said that they're not going to give people due process. So which one is it? Because I'm confused. Because the news said one thing and then they said another thing, and so I don't know what to believe, right? But here's what I believe. I believe that they're not going to give them due process. They're not. They're not. He's putting he's hiring his own army. Okay, ice funds, more ice funds. He's hiring his own army, and he's going to gather people off the streets, and he's going to put them in those places. What does that sound like to you? What does that sound like to you? Sounds like Nazi Germany to me. And it's funny because people are like, oh no, and I will tell you, not to be I told you so, but years ago, I told my son that this is who this man was. And not that I'm so smart, and not that I'm all that, because I know there were other people that saw it too. But this is not new. This is not who he is becoming. This is not funny. This is not a joke. This is not hysteria. This is real. This is real. And this is what he is doing. He is hiring his own army, his band of loyalists. I'm hoping and praying that they don't disappear. What's this guy, New York mayor guy's name? The one that there's being like, oh, he should be deported because he won this, you know, in New York. And I'm like, no, he shouldn't. They voted for him. Mrs. the mayor. Is that the one? Yes, him. This dude. I should know their names, right? Well, no, not really. But anyway, this dude. You know, I mean, there have been calls to deport him, right? It's like, that is not American policy. That is, no. I'm saying no, like it matters, but I'm saying no. What the fuck? I mean, no, that is not how, I don't understand how my sister and I grew up in the same America to start with, because her views, I'm like, what the fuck? Is it because I had a child later in life that I understand that, again, we all are in this vessel on this fucking planet? Our souls were put here to fucking intertwine and cause positive things for the people we're around, not negative things, not intentionally do things to bring others down so that for some reason fulfills some warped thing that we're missing inside of us that we think that fills. I don't know. But I mean, this guy won fair and square, right? Why would you want to deport him? Oh, I'm sorry, because he doesn't look like you, white man with the wrinkles and old fucking gooseneck? Because, that's attractive. I'm not sure if that's who it was that did that, though. I thought it was Mitch McConnell, sorry. That was the first thing that popped in my head, was that him going, and then what are they feeding him? Joey's like, I'm just like, oh fuck. He's in charge of fucking Nancy Pelosi. Are you kidding me? Woman, you are no longer relevant. I mean, just step back. You've got millions and millions of dollars that you have gotten over your time working in public service. You have a beautiful home, and I'm sure your grandchildren all come around at Easter time with bows in their hair, in their best Easter dresses. So kick back and enjoy that, and leave us the fuck alone, because we don't want to hear about what you have to say anymore. You are irrelevant in what is happening in this America. So goodbye now, and happy retirement to you, right? I mean, the same thing with Mitch McConnell, all of them. Chuck Schumer, goodbye now, go. All except for Bernie. Bernie's allowed to stay at the party. We like Bernie a lot. The rest of them could go and never come back. I'd be fine with that. But I don't know. That's not going to happen, right? I know that I feel bad. It's funny, though, because, I mean, I am 60, will be 61. I do not feel that. Thank freaking God. I don't know how people my age act, but from what I'm seeing up there, they are not really, the people my age suck and older, and they suck. And then out there, although I don't want to talk about the people I was working with, because that makes me, it fills me with sadness, because all they're going to know is what they tell them about me now. Well, they'll know what they knew when they knew me. People liked me. I was good at my job, They really hurt themselves by doing things the way they did. She really, really should have paid attention to... I mean, I know. So what happened was, when the woman called me up on the phone, when the consumer, and I've told the story because, oh, fuck, I'll tell it again. Tell it one more. No, I don't want to tell it again. I'm tired of it. Anyway, so when the consumer called me up on the phone and yelled at me, I got really, really mad, and I called my boss and I said, fucking Tammy, dad. She called me back and I answered, and I shouldn't have answered the phone because I was really angry, because Tammy put me at risk. She put me at risk, and it's like, people are mad. People are carrying guns these days, People will come and shoot you because they think you took something from them that you didn't. You know what I mean? This woman was mad at me, and I had been to her home. I knew what we were dealing with. She did not. She did not know. She had not been to her home. She hadn't seen jack shit. She did not know. I had been to her home. There was reason for me to be worried when they showed up like that. There was reason for me to keep it outside and not in the building. There was no reason for her to undermine me and be like, oh, I'll fix this, and jump on the let's be mad at Doneen wagon because I hate her and you can hate, I don't like her, you don't like her, let's be a team against her, was exactly what she did. And then the woman's mad at me, right? It's like, so I was pissed. I was pissed. Because I know what happened, because I know Tammy. And they're all, oh no, she was trying to help. The fuck she was. If she was trying to help, that woman would have read my fucking notes and seen what I had done, because I wrote notes on every single thing I did in that file. So it was all there. All she had, and she was always on me, narrate. It was in the narration, bitch. All of the effort I put into those files and what I was trying to do to fix that for that woman was in the narrations. She could have opened that up and said, well, look, I see that Doneen has done this, and this. I will get a hold of her, and I will reach out and let her know that you are here. I mean, I said, she heard me talking to another coworker saying I was going to get it solved, right? That I was trying to get it solved. And instead, she opened up the file and was like, oh, well, the woman got the idea that if I had talked to her the week before, it would have been fixed. So I don't know how she got that idea. I don't think Tammy said a word to make her think that. I told my boss that. I said, how do you think that woman got the idea that if Tammy had been doing it, it would have been fixed the week before? Oh, I don't know. Big smile on her face. I'm like, okay, but you're okay with that. You're okay with that. I mean, And again, put me at risk. whatever. I don't even know why I'm going there. Because that's where we're at. Because of stuff like this. Because they're trying to go. They're arresting politicians in the hallways. I mean, people pretty much think that they can do whatever they want. It's like a free for all, you know. And again, for her to call the police on me was just such a Trumpy thing to do. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like the cop, I'm like, what? What the fuck? Really? I mean, I know I've got it on recording. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about it. I'm going to go back to this. So this alligator Alcatraz. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to stop for a minute. I'm going to go play with the dogs. I might come back and stream again later just because I don't have friends. And I'm like, I don't want to be sad. And I know I have yard work to do, but I want to work this out. I want to get this worked out of my head. There's so much of it though, because all of it's intertwined. Like the whole Trump thing and the job thing, and all of it is intertwined. Because with what he does, it just makes people worse. Everybody's getting worse. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I'm thinking about this. I mean, my hope is that, again, I'll go to, and I don't know if I said this or if it's just something I thought in my mind, but I'm hoping to go to work cleaning for rich people. Because right now, rich people are not going to get poorer, you know? Rich people are going to be okay. It's the rest of us that are fucked. So, and I know there's just like, I mean, there's the cream at the top, but there's also, you know, there's enough people that have enough money in the stock market and stuff to keep things sustainable if you work for rich people. I've been here before in my life. I remember the last time, it was in 2008. Oh my God, isn't that funny? I think it was in 2008. I remember thinking the same fucking thing. I remember that when everything was crashing around me and I'm like, fuck, oh well, okay, I work for rich people, I'm fine. And I did. I worked at the time, I think it was the Overland Express. I think I was working at the Overland. Was I going to college? It was just before I went back to college. I was waitressing. I was waitressing in one of the nicer restaurants in town. That's what it was. I was working at the Mediterranean Grill. And it was one of the nicer restaurants in town. I worked there and I remember when I did go to college from there, the dean at the college was like, oh, that's a prestigious restaurant. And I'm like, really? There's duct tape on the carpet. I didn't say that, but I'm thinking there's duct tape on the carpet. What do you mean it's prestigious? If it was prestigious, the carpet wouldn't be duct taped together. I'm just thinking, you know, but I might be wrong about that. I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, it's prestigious, cool. I don't know, anyway, but I remember it was the same thing then. I was like, you know, I'm in the service industry and I'm serving people with money, and these people with money aren't going anywhere. You know, some of them are going to get knocked off by this, but for the most part, people with money typically keep their money, and the rest of us just don't ever get that and strive for that, right? I don't want a lot of money. I just want to be able to live, man. I want to have some chickens, and I want to have some goats, and I want to have a donkey, and I want to have a yard where my dogs can run. You know, like I can go out with them and they can run, and I can go get some eggs, and I can play fetch with the donkeys, and I can have a garden. I don't have you know what I mean? That's what I want. I don't want to do the grind anymore. I don't want to work for unappreciative people who do not value me. I've been doing it since I was 12. And I'm kind of done. Yeah. I don't know, a little while longer. At least though, I mean, I know I'm going to obviously have to work for people a little while longer, but with this job that I was doing, I was trying to help people as well. And because of the way the systems are set up, it's so hard to do. And nobody knows what's going on. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. It's a brand new program, and which is fine if I had gotten some kind of support within my team. But because Tammy didn't like me, that support never would have been there. So maybe with someone else, she might be more supportive. I hope so. I would like to see the program do well. But she and I, well, not just her, I never would have fit in there again. I'm not that kind of person. I'm just not. I need to clean and not be, office work. I've never worked in offices very well. any of them. The only reason I did so well at the DOC was because they left me alone. When I was mad, like literally my desk was like out in the open, but I had like right here I had like these fake ivy things, you know. But you could still see me and stuff, but nobody really paid attention to me. So when I was mad, I could be like mumbly and stuff like that, and nobody bothered me. They just left me alone and I worked through it. You know what I mean? Whereas here they paid attention to that. And I put up curtains for that very reason. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to be that noticeable. Because I know how I get when I'm angry. And I know that I talk to myself. I've been alone a very, very long, very, like since I was like 3. I have been, since I was 3, I had self-comforted. Since I was younger than that, I've had to self-comfort and be self-reliant and so self has been the one that I've talked to about things. And I think when I was growing up, now I'm getting off of Trump and whatever, I don't care, I'm talking to myself, and it's called what, blogging, vlogging, whatever it is I'm doing, but for the whole world, because maybe someday I might make a difference. Anyway, I'm Prince Giselle, baby. Anyway, let me go back to where I was thinking. Oh yeah, talking to myself. I think it was a way to stave off the monsters. I mean, it didn't work. They still came. But I think probably a lot of children, when they're molested, talked through it. La 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 la. So you don't la la la. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you've been there, you know what I mean. If you haven't, then you probably don't. So, that answers that question. Anyway, let's see what else Trump has done. All right. I'm actually going to stop and take my dogs out. What is it? I don't know what time people work that are downstairs. So I'm going to stop streaming. But I will probably stream again later because right now it's my only friend. And I've got a little bit of time. So I might as well just do this. And I might as well record what I'm going through right now. Because I actually didn't mind listening to stuff when I was doing that. Which I will start doing again. I have made progress because I see now. I see everything clearer. I need to not feel bad about myself though for acting out. Because again, they did put my life in danger. Well, I mean, that might sound extreme, but it's really not. I mean, it's a pretty volatile atmosphere right now. You know what I mean? And people are afraid and angry. And when people, and that was the population that I was dealing with, right? Was people that are afraid and angry. And when you're dealing with that population, it's a powder keg. And I just, yeah, I didn't feel comfortable with that. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna go play with my dogs. Okay, peace out. We'll talk more about stupid fucking Alcatraz Island. This is bad. See, they're not even either convicted or charged with a crime. See? Local food trucks, they're covering their names up. Are they afraid of repercussions? Okay, so if they have to be afraid of repercussions and cover up the names of the businesses they're going in there, maybe they shouldn't be doing it. If they have to cover up their faces, maybe they shouldn't be doing it. I mean, just thought. Isn't that usually what you do when you're doing shit that's illegal? Bank robbers wear masks, mask robbers. Since like way back in the bandana days, that they remember when they used to wear the bandanas around their noses when they would ride their horses in with their guns because they were because they were the outlaws, not the good guys. I'm just saying, it's a thought, don't you think? No? Okay. I mean, I just don't understand. I don't understand what's happening. How are we going to fix this? Is it fixable or is it too late? I mean, well, obviously, it's just going to have to work itself through, but how bad is this going to get? Is anybody afraid? I'm afraid. I'm hoping working for rich people will be okay. I mean, I'm a white woman. I'm close to retirement, but I don't know if it'll be there for me. But I'm really, really glad I'm not working in the atmosphere I was working in. Because my son's right, it's not going to get better, it's just going to get worse. I'm better off just working for rich people, keeping my head down, doing my job. I'll get exercise while I'm doing my job because I'm going to be cleaning, making beds, which is fine as long as I drink enough water and I only have to work one job. I have to work two jobs, I may be fucked. I don't think I'll have to, though. I think I'll be able to make enough money doing this and I'll only have to work the one job because my son's here now. So, and between him and Michaela, they're paying more money, so that helps a lot. So, if I could just get out from under these credit cards, our goal, our plan is to fix up this house, which my poor son, I didn't mean to lose my job the way I did, but he was right. He was like, you should have never taken that job. I'm like, I know, but I wanted it. Although I got my teeth. So, you can get my bottom ones, but I got those. They're crooked. I said, okay, then I'm going to get that fixed. I'm going to go talk to my dentist and be like, because he told me it was funny when he pulled out my top teeth, they charged me, like he thought he was going to have to surgically remove my teeth. And so they gave me this big bid and I paid for that, right? And then he was pulling my teeth and he's like, these are coming out easy. And I'm like, are they? He's like, damn, we didn't have to surgically remove any of those because they pulled like, I think 5 in the back. And then I waited a couple months, I think, and then they pulled 5 in the front, and then I got these in, and they're still like, you can tell. I mean, it doesn't look pretty, but whatever. They still look better than they did, but they all came out so easily that I have some money. I think that's funny. I'm like, you think maybe they were ready to go? I mean, it's just a thought because they came out so easy. But anyway, so I have some money on the books, but they have to fix them. You know what I mean? You can tell by looking at them, they're crooked. I'm like, why would you even look at that and think that that looks right? I can physically look at them and see that they're crooked. And I'm like, and it's because my bottom teeth are so worn that they looked at it together with the bite, I think, but the dentist took a picture and he's like, yeah, those need to be fixed. I mean, he said to me, I was afraid of that. And I'm like, they look kind of long, like they're long. And he goes, what do you mean? And I'm like the teeth are long. And it's not that the teeth are long, it's that they're set down too low. Anyway, which is what my son said. And I'm like, whatever it is, they look wrong. But yeah, since I got fired, I don't have insurance anymore. But hopefully I'll get this other job cleaning and I'll get insurance back. Cleaning is good for me. I don't do good in offices with office politics. I don't. I lose my temper and I throw tantrums. I'm just a tantrumer. I'm a big baby. I know that. Not a big baby, but I never, I have trauma brain. You know what I mean? I have trauma brain. I tried to explain that to my boss with a letter that she didn't send on to HR. She said she was going to, but she didn't. She said, I need you to write, or I think she said HR requested you write a letter. And I think I just assumed then that she would send it to HR, but she didn't. And neither did I. And she knows I didn't because she saw I didn't CC them. But then there was no other communication with me after that besides her. The next time I saw her after that, she was in her office. She didn't approach me at all. I had to go to her. And it's like, that is not how you manage. She should have come into the office and said, hey, I'm here. Do you want to have a chat? As soon as she got there, she shouldn't have waited for me to go to the bathroom and, you know what I mean? Come back by her office like 3 times before we finally, oh, did you want to talk to me? Or actually, I just went into her office and started talking about something else. And then she brought it up. And it's like, do your fucking job. All of this, nobody does their job. All Trump's doing is doing this. And it's just like, then we got fucking Pete Hegseth, and the reason he's in the office is because he's going along with this. And then we have Pam Bondi. Oh my fucking God, that woman. They think I'm not professional. Carolyn Levitt, I mean, they tell me I'm not professional. Has anyone seen that little snit do press conferences? I'm like, and I'm not professional? She's in front of the whole fucking country doing, and then even them, none of them had the right to say anything to me. I mean, walking around in black leggings with a t-shirt when you're out, I'm sorry, in my viewpoint, black leggings and a t-shirt are not professional. That is not professional. That is not professional. But that was a daily wardrobe choice for one of my coworkers, so If that's what you choose to wear, that's fine, whatever. But in my viewpoint, that's not professional, right? But you think it's professional, and that's fine. So who's to say what I do is not professional? In your viewpoint, that might not be, but I don't think black leggings are professional, so we're even. I don't think FaceTiming your family is professional, so we're even. I don't feel like having your daughter call, yelling, dropping the F bomb on a phone call when you're having a meeting is professional. But that's what you do, so that's fine. That's what you, right? I mean, so who's to say who's professional? I don't know, I'm babbling again. I was going to go play with my dogs. I started talking about my teeth. The fact that I have no friends, so I'm talking to a computer in a room in my house. Oh, wow. A little bit crazy. This, though, this, at least I'm talking about what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't let this happen. I mean, it's too late. What are we going to do? They're gathering people off the streets. They just passed a bill for more money for ICE agents. For more money for ICE agents. They just passed a bill for more money for ICE agents. How much more money for ICE agents? ICE funding right here. This would be the one. Okay, wait, I'm gonna... Up. No, I don't want to. Can I not? Thank you. Oh, no, but I have to watch commercials. How do I get rid of the commercial? I can't. Okay. Oh, is this one we just saw? Why? Are there that many bad people? Like, what, am I fucking deluded or what? Aw, dog video. Look. How about no? How about no? How about water? How about we just drink water? How about you shut up? How about no? Okay, anyway. All right, I've been saying I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I don't know. There can't be that many bad people, right? All right. I'm gonna go. Peace out. Bye.